Hey, good morning, everybody. Jason Mudd here. It's beautiful morning. It's 5:45. Just got done meditating this morning. Woke up about 4:45 this morning. It was great to get back into my morning routine, and that's exactly what I wanted to talk to you guys about. For anybody that might be up this morning, might catch this on the podcast later. Um, the morning time is such an overlooked time that but it's such an awesome time to do things in your life to make big changes. I mean, and I'm not talking about like little changes. Yes, I am talking about little changes, but I'm talking about little changes that equate over time to huge changes in your life. Think about this. What other period of the day do you have that nobody else is vying for your time? Nobody else is trying to get you to do something, trying to get you to go somewhere, trying to get you to whatever. There isn't. There isn't any other time of the day like the morning time where you have total control over your time. And time is what we covet. Time is the resource. It's the only thing that we can't get more of. So if you wanna if you want to start exercising, if you want to increase your spirituality or your connectedness, as it were, if you want to find time to prep those meals and start eating better, if you want to increase your knowledge, if anything that you want to do it in the morning. Wake up earlier. You can start incrementally waking up a little bit earlier every day to start training your body. You don't have to jump into this and wake up at 4:30 in the morning tomorrow if you don't want to. You can. There's something to be said about kind of shocking your body into doing things. Um, but you can wake up a little bit earlier every day, and before you know it, you have an extra hour, 2 hours, 3 hours that you can do things for you that nobody else is trying to pull at you to do anything. It's absolutely incredible. And I guarantee that you will not miss the sleep. I know everybody's thinking, "Oh man, oh Jason, God, I just love to sleep. The bed feels so good." It and you know what? You're right. Everybody loves to sleep. Everybody loves to sleep when they're in bed. But once you get out of bed and once you start doing something, once you start getting going, you will not miss that sleep. You will love the things that you're doing because you got up just a hair earlier than everybody else. So I'm going to go through a little bit about what my morning routine is on a perfect day. And full disclosure, and I'm very open about this. I'm not perfect. I don't do this 100% every day, and in fact, I have kind of fallen out of my morning routine over the last couple weeks, and I'm not sure what it is. I don't know what it was, but coming through the holidays, and specifically a blog post that I released from a friend, Cynthia Williams, yesterday on YesLouisville.com, talking about a resolution reset, really kind of kicked me in the gut and made me think I've got to get back on track with this stuff because I'm the only one that's going to do this stuff for me. And if I'm not intentional with this, then nobody else is going to be intentional with it for me. And I'm sure that it's the same way with you guys in your life too. So what my ideal morning routine is to wake up about anywhere, and I don't like to have a set time because I think your body's got to come into this at the right time. So I like a window of things to wake up. So my window for the morning is anywhere from 4:20 to 4:50. So I've got about a 30-minute window that I will give myself some grace to get up there. So, if that alarm comes off, bam, I can hit it. And if I want to lay there for a few more minutes, you know what? I'm okay with that. I'm not going to beat myself up over it, because I definitely don't want to start doing my morning routine with any form of negativity on myself for not doing something the right way. Because you know what? There's no right way to do this sort of stuff. This is self-betterment. This is moving forward. This is getting momentum. And I think anything that I do, anything you do, is going to be so much better for the end goal for this. So I've got that window of waking up, 4:20 to 4:50. I get up, I jump in the shower. I just go from bed to shower, and I have a little pause there on the toilet. We all do. It's just part of life and part of nature. So I go get in the shower, and I take a shower, and something that I do in the shower is, at the end of my shower, I've got the hot water going. It feels good. I flip it to cold, and I flip it to cold I try to stay in there for a minute. Sometimes it's just 30 seconds. Sometimes it's just 15 seconds. But I try to get that cold water. I try to get from that hot to cold to shock my body into waking up. And this is something that I learned from Tony Robbins, and it was added on from multiple people. You can go back to Wim Hof. Wim Hof has some awesome methods. He's known as the Iceman. There's some awesome studies that talk about what your body goes through in shocking your body into kind of action and stuff. So I try to go from hot to cold in the shower. Makes me instantly awake. I'm ready to go. Get out of the shower, get ready. And then I head to the kitchen, and as soon as I go into the kitchen, I have this process where I'll turn on the coffee maker, which I do use a Keurig for my coffee in the morning. However, I do not buy the pods, because I just can't, for the life of me, get into throwing away all of those pods. So I have a nice reusable pod that I reuse every day. I've been using the same one for, oh my gosh, probably a year now, and it's fantastic. I can have a little bit more control over my coffee, but I do the reusable pod in a Keurig because I don't want to brew a full pot of coffee. And in fact, and this has got to be a plug for my buddy Leo Fonte. The Fonte's coffee is the best coffee that I've ever thrown in there. It's awesome. So turn on the coffee maker. I go and I will fill up a 24-ounce glass of water, and I will just chug the water. Chug it straight down. So when I'm up in vertical after the shower, I am infusing my body with water. Alex Sharfin would call this hyperhydrating. And what that's doing is just getting my body into a hydrated state. And there are studies that show that this can help with our natural fight or flight instinct, because when your body is naturally stressed, and especially if you are a business owner, if you're an entrepreneur, if you are, I don't even want to just classify that type of person, because I think that this could go for anybody. You will naturally digress into those, or naturally revert to those primal states. And so when you get stressed, you get into this fight or flight mode. When you drink water, your body immediately comes out of that fight or flight mode, because it knows it will not be taking in liquid if it is in fight or flight mode, if it is threatened. The natural thing to do when you are truly in fight or flight mode is you'll wet yourself, you'll defecate. And the body does that to rid itself of liquid and water and stuff, weight effectively, so that it can better fight or flight. It can run faster. It can fight better because it doesn't have so much stuff going in it. So it's a very, very known and proven thing that when you are hyperhydrated, your cortisol levels are lower and you have less stress. You can also think better, and it's a great thing to do. You should drink copious amounts of water, so much more water than what you think you can drink. Since I've been going to the Performance Gym with Carlos Rivas and my trainer Andrew, I have learned that you need to drink at least 50% of your body weight in ounces of water per day. So for me, I'm about a 250-pound guy right now. I'm going to drink about 125 ounces of water every day. It makes me think better, makes me feel better. Sometimes I feel like a camel, like I'm constantly drinking water, and that's okay because it works. And it doesn't just work for me; it works for everybody because we're all more the same than we are different. So I've had my water. I've turned on the coffee maker. I make in the morning my version of a bulletproof coffee. I don't buy the branded bulletproof stuff. I go to Costco and I get Kerrygold butter. And then I'll either order it from Amazon or I'll just go to like Kroger or Walmart, and you can find refined coconut oil. It's just like, looks like cooking oil. It's 100% coconut oil, and that's the MCT oil, the medium chain triglycerides that you would put in a bulletproof coffee. So I put my Kerrygold butter, put my MCT oil in, I brew my coffee, I put some almond milk in it. Make sure you do not put dairy milk in it, because for some reason the dairy milk, even though I get it, butter comes from dairy, the dairy milk, it kind of goes against what some of this bulletproof coffee will do. So anyway, I have my coffee, my bulletproof coffee, my water. I've done all that stuff. Now I head down to the basement. And in my basement, which I'm in my basement right now, I have a little chair that is in the corner of the room. And you know how, I think guys might be like this more so than girls, but I've had this chair since I was just out of college. And maybe it's part of the first like nice furniture set that I've ever purchased, but I've held on to this chair for, gosh, it's probably been 15 years now. And so I have this chair. It's worn out, but I've got it in the corner of my basement, and this is my kind of meditation and reading chair. And so I go down there. I have a devotional right now that was a gift from somebody. It's called Kingdom Man. It's by Tony Evans. And so I've been reading this daily devotional every day. And after I read that, I will do a bit of a prayer. And this is a prayer, it's more of a gratitude prayer, because I go down the things in my life that I'm grateful for. And normally, I just do this verbally, or I do this internally. Some days, especially on like a Gratitude Wednesday where I might go to the Iron Bell, I will write these down. But for the most part, they're just for me. But I go over the things that I'm grateful for in my life. And that does something to me to where I have this realization that, man, I'm good. I don't need anything. I don't need stuff. I don't need the things to make me feel good, because it puts straight away in almost black and white the things that I have in my life and how well I'm taken care of. And it just does something to me. It's very, very cool. And after I'm done with that, then I get into my meditation. So my meditation might be using the Headspace app, which I absolutely love the Headspace app. I would recommend that to anybody, especially people who are new to meditation. They don't really know what to do. That will definitely get you on the right track into making a good habit of meditation. You don't have to use that. There really is no wrong way to meditate. Some days, if I don't use the Headspace app, there are some podcasts that I will listen to. One is by a girl named Tara Brach. She does an awesome guided meditation that you can subscribe to her podcast for. There are also some great things on iTunes that you can subscribe to. Personally, I love listening to a guru named Sadhguru. that has some great guided meditations, and you can go through different themes in this meditation as far as what he's going to talk about, ways that you're going to think about. But I try to do a 10, 15, 20-minute meditation. It gets me centered, gets me thinking differently. I don't know how to describe it in a lot of ways, but it just helps me to be the best version of me, and it's awesome. So once I'm done with that, it is 5:30, 6 o'clock in the morning. I mean, I've done this video this morning, and it's just now 6 o'clock. So I've done these things, and I've primed myself for the day. I've really set myself up to really start my day. And so now I have, whether I'm going to be taking my daughter to school or whether I'm going to be taking her to the nanny before I go into the office, I have 2 hours before really anybody else is going to be up. How amazing is that? What type of work could you get done if you had an extra 2 hours in the morning of uninterrupted time to do something? Especially if you're in a job and you have maybe a side hustle that you're trying to grow. What do you think you could get done with 2 hours every day? We all wonder where we can find more time, and it's right in front of us. Let's get up in the morning earlier. Let's stop sleeping in. Let's get active earlier in the day. And when you do these things, you will not miss the sleep. So today, Monday, once I get rolling right now, I'm going to go and do some stuff on the blog. I'm going to probably do some writing, because this is a great time for me to really put some pen to paper digitally and get some posts out. Then I will head to the gym. And Monday and Fridays, I am in the gym with my trainer. And this is like a bookend to the week for me. And what that really does is, one, I've always been somebody who, when I go to the gym, I don't know what to do. So I feel awkward. So when I started working out with a trainer, Andrew, it really changed things for me, because he just tells me what to do when I'm at the gym. And I don't have those feelings of not knowing what to do or being whatever. And then by bookending my week like that, it keeps me accountable the rest of the week. So I know the choices that I make are going to affect that workout. And I know the things that I'm going to do, I'm going to have to explain some of this stuff to somebody, because Andrew's going to ask me, how have you been eating? What have you been doing? And I want to be transparent with everything. So I'm honest with him. And if I screw it up, I just tell him I screw it up. But I don't want to tell him that I screwed it up. I want to tell him, yeah, I've been doing the right thing. I've been walking. I've been exercising. I've been doing this. It makes me feel good to do those right things. And it would make you feel good to do those right things too. So having somebody that holds you accountable is really, really cool. So that's kind of my morning routine in a nutshell. I hope that maybe that helps somebody. If you want to get started earlier and you don't necessarily know what to do, that might be a good starting point for you. There's also, and I'll try to put this in the blog post, there's a website that all they do is highlight people's morning routines. And I'm a if you've listened to anything that I've done, I'm a huge champion of morning routines, and there is a direct correlation between successful people and having a somewhat regimented, disciplined morning routine. They all do it. They all have something. And if you want success, if you want things that other people have, there is a process that you can do and look to doing these things to make that happen. It works. Why reinvent the wheel? So I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Monday's the best day of the week. You get to start all over, especially now that we're in the holidays. Monday is just, man, you've got so much opportunity to do some awesome stuff. So I hope everybody has a fantastic day. Check out YesLouisville.com. We've got some great content out there. If you want some help being better in your life, from business to fitness to nutrition to whatever, we've got some awesome stuff there. So have a great day, everybody. Thanks for listening.